Hello and welcome to Rhonda's readings on the 9th of March 2022. Hi everyone, I'm Rhonda Kelly, obviously. Welcome. So tonight you're in for a special treat. I've got a special guest. It may have confused you a little bit because I posted tonight's intro yesterday and so with the description to see you tonight at 7 p.m. But hopefully it made sense because I did have the date in the title. So it's obviously Wednesday the 9th of March. And as you saw from the title, I have a special guest in tonight. We do have some technical problems in that I can't seem to bring her into the studio. But what I will be doing is phoning her during the show, and you'll be able to hear her voice. And basically, the reason why so it's Jacqui Krystal from Psychic TV Australia. So I've been with PTV Australia for a long time, since 2016, and Jacqui's been there since before I started, so she's been there for quite a long time. So Jacqui's a very experienced stage medium. I'm super excited to be working with her. I've never worked with her directly before, but we're actually both going to be in the Gold Coast on Saturday the 19th. So that's basically not long to go, but we're basically going to be doing a platform mediumship show in, oh, that's a bit of a tongue twister, at the Southport Community Centre in Gold Coast on Saturday the 19th of March from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I'll be doing that show with Jacqui, and I'm super excited about that. It's, you always strive to work with people more experienced than you and work up to their standard. And I obviously love doing platform, and I love being able to connect with people and bring through messages. So I'll be working with Jacqui that night. So tickets are available. If you have a look at the link, I have actually got the little link here. So tickets are available with this link. So it's a try booking link /BXRLK. So tickets are $50 for the evening for that's for between 7 to 9 p.m. on the 19th of March. We will be selling tickets at the door as well, but they'll actually be $75 at the door. So it's obviously cheaper to book, and booking also guarantees your seat as well. Obviously, if you turn up at the door, it depends on whether we've got availability, but that's the booking link to book. So, like I said, we're just in the Gold Coast for one night only. So, Saturday, 19th of March, for 7 to 9 p.m. And Jacqui will also be doing private readings as well, I believe, on the 18th and the 20th of March, so either side of that. And similarly, I'll also be in the Gold Coast, but you'll contact us directly to do private readings in person on the Gold Coast. But if you'd like to come to our show, which we recommend, that's the link there for try booking. Okay, so we're going to try again to bring Jacqui online, and I'll get Jacqui to introduce herself and tell us about herself, and you'll be able to get an idea of how talented she is, first of all, and how she works. So I will try this again. Hopefully this works this time. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yes. Fingers and toes crossed. Hello.
I can see you.
Yes, I know. So good. Great.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, hopefully I'm not tech savvy, and hopefully we've got this time. Anyway, we've got alternatives if it doesn't work.
I am tech savvy, but it doesn't always work. Still doesn't always help. Spirit.
I get that. Work sometimes. Yay. Thank you so much for having me here, Rhonda. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on board and for working with me. I feel really privileged that you're working with me. So it's
privilege is two-way. When you work in spirit, it's always equality. So, it's an absolute divine gem, I think, that we're coming together and doing the work that we're created to do, so yeah.
Absolutely. We've both been drawn to it. So if people are not familiar with you, if you could tell us a bit about yourself and how you align to this sort of work and how you read.
Thank you. Okay, so a little bit about myself. I've been professionally working in this industry for about 20 years now, And it's been a while. I've done all the different facets within that. So it's been education, there's been the medium side of it, which is evidential, messages from people or even pets that have passed over. And then there's a psychic side of it, which is the forecast stuff, which has access to past, present, future information for clients, and all different forms. So been on big stages, been on small stages, been on no stages, been lots of carpet, actually, I find in venues. And I've also obviously do private one-on-ones as well, small groups, families, events. Oh, look, you name it. It's anyway. Not sure if that gives you much of an indicator, but done a bit. So and how I work, I'm quite audible as a medium or psychic for both. And so what that means is, like, I get a lot of impressions through sound vibration, and that's how spirit speaks with me. I'm very much all about it being the grace of spirit that flows through me as a channel, and I guess I did use that for everyone, but I also understand that we're all intuitive beings and we all have capacities of our own as well. And sometimes, particularly when there's someone in front of you who doesn't realize how powerful a channel they are, it makes it easier for you as well. You found that too, Rhonda?
Oh, absolutely. And I tend to hijack people's abilities. So I don't normally, for example, see auras, but if I'm reading someone who sees auras, I'll see their aura. That's actually amazing how spirit works. And I think, wow, well, if I can see it, I'm capable of doing further training and doing that.
Absolutely. And I love the way that you explained that, because I feel that that's that empathy part of us as well, that's just really open and able to, like, slide in. They talk about blending with spirit. You probably heard that term. So and for those who haven't, it literally is just you've got a spirit person that blends with your auric field, or in this case as well could also be the aura of another blends with yours, and that makes for really good a good channel, in my opinion. So
absolutely. And I realised the biggest thing for me is just trusting. I'll get some bizarre message, or I look at a person and think, well, that wouldn't make sense to you, but it actually is the most profound thing if I keep being told that I need to relay that message.
Absolutely. And you're right, it can be the smallest things that make no sense to you that make the difference for the person in front of you. That's been proven over and over again and again. That's a pure channel. It's when you're able to just trust that, as you're saying, and bring it through. Yeah,
and
totally.
that for me, I felt was the biggest thing, to have the confidence just to trust that.
Yeah, it is huge. It's huge,
Yeah, and I do actually ask spirit for guidance, and I'll say, give me a clear sign. And you really have to be careful what you wish for.
What you wish for? How clear would you like?
Signs, and I mean, an example is, before leaving a workplace that was quite toxic, I asked my guides whether I should leave this workplace and give me a clear sign, and my name disappeared from a share calendar.
Wow! Oh, that's awesome.
Created a lot of IT problems. My boss wasn't happy with me.
So at the same time, you got your sign.
Yeah, but I certainly got my sign. So it's be careful what you ask for.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. Yeah, and signs are everywhere. I know so many people overlook signs because they can be very subtle, and really that's what we're doing as well. Like, yes, there'll be some that are very obvious, and other times you'll have to really listen and really pay attention to what you're feeling in a moment, what you really know in a moment, for it to be heard.
Yeah, I actually did a reading today, obviously without disclosing the reading, but it was about a dream content. And I picked up a medical issue psychically, and that was basically saying, go to the doctor, get that checked out.
Fantastic.
You're dreaming of a dream, but that's what's coming if you don't take action.
If you don't actually take action, how fantastic is that?
Yeah. So, and our guides are there to help us and, do something to help and make sure we're functioning properly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Our guides, our inner guidance, all of it. I feel like we could be very much more capacitated in this world if we were more tuned to it. We've just been taught a different way, haven't we?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's and I often wonder what it'd be like if you sort of did a time link back to caveman days or something like that, where there was no technology. Just how intuitive people would be.
Like, if I'm going to be if I'm going to be eaten by something like, saber-toothed tiger or something, I'm going to be pretty intuitive to survival. Yeah. And my clan, I know. I know what you're saying, though. Yeah.
But it would be fascinating to look at from a spiritual point of view.
Wouldn't it? I agree with that. Yeah. Because, again, we have a lot of distractions now as well. And I feel like you've got to find your own space and place now, whereas it's probably more evident back there what your space and place was,
That's right.
So it would be interesting. Very good question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Time traveler? Do you time travel? Come on.
It's just I was a medical scientist for 20 years. I'm a bit of a nerd, so I think
that's awesome.
I think that as well. I've still got that.
No, that's good. That's where the curiosity is probably also developed. Yeah.
That's right. So
you need to have curiosity.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a few people watching. So we've got Nav, Robert, just saying hi to people, Navita, JS, Teresa. We've got a lot of comments from a Facebook user. So just to remind everyone that with StreamYard, you need to give Facebook permission to show your name. And in my Facebook group, Rhonda's Readings, I've actually got a link to be able to do that. So there's people I can't see this. So apologies if I haven't said your name. It's actually because it's coming up as Facebook user. So that's it. But Jacqui is just going to do some readings while she's here. So obviously we're doing our event on the 19th of March. So if you've for people watching, you've seen the way I read and how I do my messages. But this is your opportunity to see how Jacqui reads. And obviously, hopefully, come to our show. It's Tinker. Okay, so I do have a question from Alison. I'll just
great, thank you.
It might it'll cover half my face, but that's okay.
Oh, that's okay. And I can't read it, so if you could read it out, that'd be great.
So Alison Turner has said, "Evening, ladies. What and when is the next opportunity coming up for me? A home, if maybe a suburb. Also in need of a little bit of extra money to get me through. Any leads with deep appreciation."
Okay, so thank you, Alison. The first thing I get around you is something to do with a body of water, and I feel this has been something that you've actually wanted to be close to, and that you're talking about living arrangements. With your opportunities, there is something that's shifting in May, but that's not about the house situation. It actually seems to be something, though, that's coming through for life purpose / work area. I also feel, are you in a group of 4 for work? Because there's something to do with the office or the group of 4, and also feeling as though things are starting to change, and this is from a top level down.
Sorry.
Right. Sorry, I could hear myself in echo. Sorry, pause then. And what I'm also getting is potential. So I'm flipping in between questions there. We had about the move and the opportunity coming up next. The opportunity coming up next is for you to actually get some balance in life, because I feel like it has been out of balance. And that's also about getting some clarity about what your next steps are, which is an opportunity that Spirit's actually going to be guiding you with. Okay, so again, we were talking before about tuning to the nature of our listening skills and our own intuitions, and that is what is coming up for you. That's okay. Spirit's repeating May to me, May. So there's opportunity here for expansion and to really listen to something that you want and actually have it accelerate into your being, like into your physical, sooner than later. If you listen, if you pay attention, that's what I'm getting. And what was the other thing besides movement? Oh, I did have a P suburb as well, that may be, or area that may be connected to the move. And there's something about whitewash walls.
Sorry, were you asking me the question?
No, yes, I was. Thanks, Rhonda.
Also in need of a little bit of extra money to help me get through any leads.
Okay, so this is where the opportunity will lie for you around May. And they're actually giving a 2 and a 3, so it could be the 23rd of May. So I'll just leave it very loose and say May at this stage. So I'm understanding that you would want the money increase, but there has to be decisions made about what you're actually really wanting from the whole situation. And I know that might sound evident, like you're going, no, this is what I want. And I'm saying, no, but Spirit's allowing you to have more clarity to come in to define it. Because sometimes you go, I want a hot red car, and then Spirit gives you a matchbox car instead of the Ferrari that you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that sort of clarity seems to be coming in, right? So they're saying you need to refocus or channel, like just clarify what it is that you're particularly wanting, and then you'll have the support. But May is an activation time for you. Also, there's something about October and a birthday, and I'm getting a lady in spirit coming through. She wears her hair short, curly. I have a feeling she has an M name either to her or around her, and I'm feeling she's got like a larger build. She would have had some sort of arthritic components going on because her left hip is quite sore for me. And I also have an R name floating around in spirit too. So these two people are here to sort of guide you further, but also to hear, like, she was a very Christian woman or someone who believed in high faith. She showed me a cross, and it's something about a gold pendant and like a cross on a pendant that's significant. So whether that be something she wore or whether it's something you've received. So either way, this person is definitely connecting in your auric field and asking you to have a little bit more faith. You seem to worry a lot, and she's trying to break through your worry field and give you a little bit more faith. Okay, so I'll leave that for now because I know there'll be other readings I need to get onto.
That's
Thank
beautiful.
you so much,
Thank
Alison.
Thanks, Alison. I also got the May. Like, that was the strongest thing I got. Yeah.
Hey, we're in tune. Awesome.
That's good.
That's great. It is good.
So you come on to the 19th and see us in action.
That's it.
All right. So I've also got Tinker, who would love a general reading.
No worries. Thanks, Tinker. Tinker, did you have a dog that's passed away? I say relatively recently, last few years. There's a dog that comes through in your auric field. I will describe it, even if it doesn't make sense for you. There is something to do with a dog in your aura. So I'll have to give you the two versions of why this is in play. I do get it's a darker color, like more like a brown though than a black. I do get a small amount of differentiation color, but mainly it's that color. Okay, shorter hair, possibly like Kelpie constituent, like Kelpie. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not a dog breed person. Like, I tend to get a bit of dogs, and I'm like, I don't know what breed that is, but it's like a Kelpie to me. Hopefully that helps a little. And if it's not actually specific to you, it is to do with loyalty and what you're questioning around loyalty. And so I forgot what the question is already, but I have this in your aura, so I feel like there's something to do with it. Just general, was it? Okay, so this will be about the learning that is coming for you. And it's interesting because it hit in February this year. You've got a 3-month cycle in play. So you might find it quite challenging from February to, where are we? March, April, May to May, February to May for yourself. Look, you can't engage your logic mind when you're here. It's all
that's right.
Intuitive stuff. And then I get this feeling of creativity coming towards you. So there's a project available that you've been like considering. I know I get color and light. I actually also get crystals coming in. So it might be in association with something to do with color or crystal therapy or art or something. So I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it's going to be working out. You've got to take the chance, it's like, and stop saying like, when I get to it kind of thing, like it feels almost like we can all procrastinate, but if you don't make that time for something, then it just sits in your dream state rather than in your actual physical. So it's going to work out really well if you take that little leap. I feel it's something that's going to be bridging you, not just at a soul and energy level, but at something that feels, it fills up your life. It fills up the being of you, and can provide a little bit of money, is what Spirit said. That's not meant to be the focus, okay? I want to ask about a D name. This is really tricky, isn't it? Because I can't get feedback, and I'm actually not used to that, which is quite curious.
I'm keeping an eye out if there is feedback. So we got
feedback great.
The dog. It was a cat that acted like a dog.
Oh, that's so funny. What? But a darker one? And I'm looking at a brown versus a black. It's not a black. I just need to tell you that.
Oh, and she's also said she has been colouring in again, and she sleeps with crystals every night.
Nice.
And she
well
just
done.
moved into her own place on the 2nd of February.
Well done. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So just allow yourself that settling time in, and thank you so much for that feedback. It does help, in the link as well. So can you place the D name connection? It's a male, and I don't know where it's sitting exactly, but I feel as though I'm looking at a darker haired person, slim build. And I also want to say that there's something coming forward to like make you feel supported from this person. It's not it's not a person that you would normally lean on, or it's someone you're not used to leaning on, but Spirit is saying, please take the lean, right? So if that makes sense, even if it's not here now, it may make sense coming up, particularly over these next 3 months for you.
Yeah, thank you. Beautiful.
Okay.
So I'll
beautiful.
keep an eye on that validation.
Thank you. Awesome.
But she
Appreciate
has
that.
validated the cat as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the colouring?
Yes. So you're very true about the analytical mind and switching that off intuitively. And there's times when I do readings and I'll say it's Easter, and it's like, Easter was last weekend. I'll think, well, okay, that's what I get. like you have to.
You can't. You don't function. That's it. You're not in the physical. You're in the spiritual. It's just in a different sort of realm, isn't it? You're right.
Yeah, that was
Thank
beautiful.
you for
Thank
that.
you. So
Yeah,
Tinker's not sure of the D name.
Okay, that's all right. Just give that time.
I told her to come to you, Tinker.
Yeah.
Not trying to make it fit, but I just feel like it's something you haven't associated the D name with. Is what I'm feeling.
Just yet.
Yeah, just yet. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that feedback too, Tinker.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Are you going to do something, or am I going?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Are you doing something later, or?
Yeah, I'll do some later.
Cool.
I'll just also give you Robert.
Sure.
So Robert has asked, he said he'd love to hear from his beautiful fur child, Kit Kat, and if she has any messages for me. Blessings, Rob.
Robert, I feel your cat was a very petite cat, something very I keep on getting sweet and soft, and almost looked like kitten material versus larger. I can see her lying on the bed. I do get a lot of white colouring in there, so please make sure that I'm correct in what I'm seeing. So if I'm incorrect, feed that back straight away. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep on going. I also feel as though the bed was a zone, but I almost want to put my head. I don't know if I want to put it on her or whether she just snuggles around you, but I feel like I've got fur around my face. I know
might be your hair, Jacqui.
It probably is. I've got fur around my face. But I feel that she's really engaging. She does have an intelligence to her. She certainly knew when food was coming. She's a bit of a foodie. But I also feel as though I can't get past the feeling that you saved her somehow, or that you were saving grace for her, and yet you would feel that way for her. You were going through a very rough time when you had her around you, and she's very strong support. And I want to say moving forward, Robert, and I'm not sure what she's talking about, but it seemed to be like a 3-year cycle of really big change. I really want to say the word trauma, but because it feels deep. It feels like deep emotional stuff. And that was only for a period of time, but she's also reciprocating that. It's a strange thing to get, but our pets obviously do love us back. I feel something about a relationship. Sorry, Robert, have you also lost a human recently? It's like a hospital passing. It just stopped as soon as I've said that, so something's incorrect. But I do see a J name connection around you, and that's coming from Spirit Land. Possibly a short, like a Joan or a John connection. So again, I just want a little bit of feedback. Otherwise, I don't want to waste too much time with that because it's not something that's specific to what you've asked. Anyway, your beautiful feline baby is definitely feeling very present around you. I do still feel she curls up in the same spots, and there was something about, was it a grey couch, but at the foot of the grey couch and the print in it, like she used to sit in the sun. That's what she's saying to me, sitting in the sun. So like the window was catching the sun, but it's right near the sofa. That's what she's talking about. And the bed, they're the two. Are they your two favourite spots too, or just hers? That's all I'm questioning. Do understand, Robert, that she feels as present now, even though it's a different situation. What's she saying that for? I don't know if you've moved or moved something around in the home, but she feels very present with you, and I need to say that, okay? What's Robert got there?
Yeah, Robert's just said she'd love to snuggle up to me on the bed.
Beautiful. Around your face? I don't know. I just still feel it around my face. But anyway, that's okay.
Yeah, huge support for. She was a huge support for me. Because that's interesting. I also picked up that Kit Kat came to you at the right time. Like you both healed each other. You both gave each other so much is what I'm feeling.
Definitely. A beautiful, very, very soft, very sweet personality, but also she tests boundaries. She's got a cunning side to her. I'm not saying she's all grace and angel, but and she certainly knew how to work it. That food again. And she used to go up on the kitchen bench and kind of wait, and you're like, hey, what's going on here? But it's like, after time you just gave in.
Yeah. That's probably what I'd do if I was a cat.
I'd try.
I'd do the test the boundaries. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, beautiful. And it's I mean, Robert's he's got a cheeky personality, so I'm just feeling like the cats were so well aligned. So the cat and Robert were so well aligned. And Robert's also said a close friend passed away late August.
Thank you so much. That person I feel is very, very strong around you to let you know that they transited with ease ultimately, but it wasn't an easy passing. I have a lack of breath also coming in around this, and I feel that you were an absolute rock for them. And I keep on feeling like I'm holding the left hand by the bedside, and thank you for the strength that you instilled. I also keep on hearing 12 or 1, 2. I don't know if there's a significance around that. But and I don't know if you've tried to or discussed trying to win lotto. There's something about a joke between the two of you and winning lotto. But there seems to be something coming through quite funny about that. And to please trust your inner guidance. Particularly, you've got 2 areas. One seems to be with a female, possibly next generation up, so it could be mother figure. And the other one seems to be something around a situation of I'm oscillating with that one. I'm going to say around home. It could be work, if you've got a friend that comes from work to home, about what their needs are and what their agenda is and how much you have to give towards it. And I just feel your friend is speaking with you around that. I think he's talking about like boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
So thank you for receiving that.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. Yeah, for letting us tune into Kit Kat.
Absolutely. And all the other ones that came through. Yes, thanks, Kit Kat. I find that. Do you get that? Like I find when I open the channel for a spirit, say for example, or whatever it is, and then all these others just come in. It's like, oh, welcome. I've opened the door. Let's just come through.
And it was bizarre when you were reading for Robert. I got an image of a sibling being in a hospital. I got a premonition. And I picked up psychically he's not well at the moment. And I don't actually know that, but that's interesting how, and that can happen in platform when you give a message, but it resonates to someone else. It relates.
Yes, definitely. Yes. It's again like opening that door again and just getting all the extras, I'm noticing I'm getting a bit dark here, but I'll run with it for now. You don't have to see my face.
Just mood lighting.
That's right, mood lighting. Just outdoor lighting. Yeah.
That's right. Are you happy to do another one? Or?
I'll do one more. That'd be great.
One more? Yeah. Okay. I might give you. It's a little bit of a sensitive one, but I'll give it to you, and I'm happy to pitch in as well, or whatever you like. So this is from Teresa.
Teresa, is it?
Teresa. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hello, ladies. My 8-year-old has been having a lot of problems in school. Aggression not settled. Do you see this improving?
Oh. Okay, so Teresa, I can feel the love and support that's coming from a home base, and I feel that's really important right now. I'm feeling as though there has to be a choice that's made around the whole situation. This is not an area. Some souls, they'll fight back and they'll relinquish the servitude to certain behaviors. So then they get tough and they toughen up and they can get through something, right? In the case of yours, in this instance, I feel like that area isn't strong enough yet and would actually need like a different environment for the shaping of it, because otherwise I'm looking about age 13 that this will last for. So that's quite a few years, okay? And I know that sometimes, you don't want to walk away from situations and you want to, fight ultimately for a position, and that would definitely be right. But I do feel like if I was able to get this child to like someone who, like a healer who could release past genetic memory, I would do that, okay? Because there's something about bringing stuff through within the personality for the experience of that could be altered, but at this stage hasn't, okay? This is also for the growth. It's definitely meant to happen. I know that sounds really strange, and you go, well, why and how do I handle it? It's also for the growth of the adults around this situation, because it does need a discussion within the adults for it to actually have potential reprieve. But I'm not getting one person only. If I was getting one person only that this was like bullying, it's not. It's actually it's got to more people. So this is where it comes in. This is the soul's pathway, and what are we going to do about it? I actually felt like there might be, like, I get really artistic and sensitive qualities in your child, and I also feel as though, and music, a lot of music, but I also feel as though I could be, I need another, like a Steiner school. I need like another experience almost for that expression. Now, I'm not saying that you need to put them into Steiner school, but I am saying that maybe to get them into the strength of self, to encourage them within their artistic or sensitive attributes, like an expression point for them. But for now, I do believe that like an environmental change of some description is actually necessary. Yeah, from what I'm hearing. Okay, so does that? Yeah.
Sorry, Jacqui.
Go for it, Rhonda. I am gonna.
Yeah, I'm feeling exactly the same. I feel like it's more beneficial to walk away and learn and grow elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that it's like a bit of the school culture is not actually helping. I'm just feeling like it's not going to serve your son, your 8-year-old, any good. I feel like it's a son. It's a masculine energy. But when I said son, my guide just laughed at me. So it might be your daughter that's. It might be a girl, but it's sort of like a masculine. Well, I mean, you've hinted at aggression, but I just feel like in a new school, the more feminine, the more nurturing, will come out more, because your child will feel safer, is what I'm feeling. And I'm just saying, yeah, like Jacqui said, I'm just seeing a lot more growth at a different school. And it's interesting you said Steiner School as well, because I felt like it only takes sort of one person with that training. So whether it's not perhaps going to Steiner School, but someone that has that experience of teaching differently, I'm just feeling like the next school will be much more aligned.
I agree. And also I get something about a light blue uniform as well, and that will have a little bit more congruence. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. But I do know that it needs some sort of action, in that direction.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. And sending you and your family hugs, Teresa.
Definitely, Teresa.
Oh, well, thank you so much for doing all those readings, Jacqui. That was wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you again for having me, and blessings everyone who's had participation in tonight, and also who has given us the feedback as well. As I said, it helps your reading ultimately, because what we do is we strengthen links. So it's like a relationship with spirit that we've got, and then we've got spirit people coming in, and it's a bit like speed dating at one level, having to get to know someone in a very quick period of time. And so if you then have someone come in and say, oh, I know you, then it's a comfort, and it strengthens the link, so that's what validation does.
Yeah, I've never actually heard it that
analogy, expressed that way. I'm sure you haven't.
I used to be terrible at speed dating, but I'd probably be better now, but I'm happily married, so that's not important. No, that's hilarious. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing you basically in 10 days.
Indeed. Oh, no, it's coming up quick, isn't it?
It really
Me too,
is.
Rhonda.
So I've been putting flyers around and all the rest of it, and
thank you, and hopefully people are sharing it as well. So
absolutely. So please have a look at our event on Facebook, and I do actually have the little banner. I'll put that up sort of towards the end, but I have been sharing that on Facebook into groups. But if everyone else watching can share that as well, so if you're not available on the Gold Coast, share that to your friends who may be available.
And if you've never been to a show before, reach out to Rhonda, or even myself if you want to, and just ask the questions, like, what's it like? Because some people are a little bit like, oh, I really want to know, but I'm on the border of that, and that's just because of an unfamiliarity. So feel free to approach. We're very approachable. I hope you've gleaned that. So
that's right. And mediumship is nothing to be afraid of. I find it great in it's a bit of a bridge of the generation gap in family. You often find out things. I've had people who have been doing the genealogy and have reached a block, and I'll just see that the name's been changed, or point them in a different direction, and then they're able to complete the family tree. So that's sort of one sort of thing. But also we can do things like remote viewing and find objects or find something that someone's left for someone. But you do actually find also quirky things about your family. So it might, if you think you're the only quirky person, or your family are more normal than you, think again, because mediumship will tell you otherwise.
That's true. Pathways to discoveries.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, I will say a good night, I think. Am I at this stage, or do you want me on for a little bit longer?
It's entirely up to you. I know that you did have something else on.
I do have to go soon. I've got another 5 to 10 minutes if it's needed. Otherwise, I will say it's been wonderful and head forward. So if you want me here for a bit longer, or if you prefer to go
did you want to plug your website and your social media and that sort of thing as well?
That's kind. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. So you might see my name up there. It's Jacqui Krystal. So Jacqui. Can't spell my own name. Krystal. Oh yeah. And that's, so it's JacquiKrystal.com for my website, and it's Ask Jacqui Krystal for my professional page on Facebook. I don't have Instagram and everything else. I'm actually really, as I said at the very beginning, I'm not tech savvy, and I just figure, I'll work with the Spirit Hotline and they can find me. So I have those avenues there open, but I'm not great with them. Anyways, and I do free education once a month on my Ask Jacqui Krystal, and I put events there and also on the website. So I don't do readings there normally, just letting you know, but I do education. So generally, sometimes I do them, but not often. But that's it. You too.
During my lives, I tend to go off on tangents. So if someone asks a question, I might talk about it for 10 minutes. So I like to educate people and empower people, but it depends on where I'm guided.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, because it's not about us. We are just the channel. It's about your connection points to spirit world. And so, yes, it makes sense that you're guided to go in all different directions for certain people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just trying to think, when did you actually start on PTV?
Oh gosh,
because I was 2016, and you've been there longer than me.
But it probably wasn't much. I have a memory like a sieve with stuff like that. I would say maybe a year before. I don't know. I know that Mel was our presenter. Was Mel?
Yes.
Mel on?
Melody.
Yeah. Okay. Melody. That's it. And I remember the people I went on with around the same time, but I can't remember the actual date.
I don't think we did many shows together, actually. I don't.
For the oh no, because I also had to drive 4 hours in order for me to get on the show, so I wasn't on that regularly.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, and normally I commit to a couple of nights in a row, and that was it. But then we also had a good sort of turnover of mediums, psychics available, so it's been an incredible show, and I feel very blessed for the opportunities.
Because my psychic and mediumship abilities were never encouraged as a child. When I blurted things out, I was just told off, so I quickly learned not to do it.
Not to blurt them out.
In my 30s I dated a medium, and I feel like the reason why I had that relationship was to start this journey. Yeah, and
that's it.
I started. Well, we used to watch psychic TV together,
Oh,
and
no
I
way.
kind of know
Okay.
people like me. And you and Francis were the ones I resonated the most with. When you would do a reading, I'd actually get the information before you said it.
I love that.
Great. You know, wow, that's confirmation that there is something to this.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And I also know that what you're talking about with your journey, like that's the way it generally is. When it's time, it's time. And
That's right.
these things will open for you, you know. For me, I hadn't actually viewed much of a little bit of psychic TV, but I was really into the one when that was on.
Oh, right, yes.
And and I used to like feed off that, so to speak, you know, as a program. I'm not sure it ran for one season, so people may have missed it, but it was a TV show on psychics and their different areas of application, and who was the one who had the all-rounder of all the challenges set. It's quite good. So yeah, I don't know. For me, it was actually through a friend. That I dated. How's that? We're going through our dates that I got on the show, but we weren't dating when I first got on there with him. But he was on the show first, and I went, if he's going to do it, then I'll have the courage to give it a go too.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
he was very instrumental. Yeah, and as were a couple of other people. Yeah, in my field who've been advocating me. So I appreciate that.
Because it was Florence who put my name forward, and I actually thought she was joking.
Did you train under Florence?
Yes,
or with Florence?
I had a few different teachers and things, but I had went to the frequent classes with Florence. I think they were fortnightly classes, but I went and got married, came back on honeymoon, and then said, "Oh, you're rostered on PTV." I thought, "What?"
You're like, "Okay, here I am."
I thought that's, you know, even though you're looking in the camera, you're still able to tune in. So it is
quite fascinating. Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So Teresa has just said she's 43 and just started to explore her gifts. So beautiful.
Beautiful. That's awesome.
Teresa. And that's going to help with your
son. Definitely it will. And also, like, that's another point. Like, you're never too young or too old. Like, I remember doing a show with like 4 of us on stage. One was a 20-year-old boy, one was a mid-60s woman, and we were sitting in our 30s and 40s, the other two. So like all of us had this capacity to bring something, and that's the other thing. There's like, what, you know, if one medium might be true for you and another one might not be, but it doesn't make them any less or more than. Even if they've got the best reputation in the world, it's the one that's aligned to you in that moment. So
that's right.
And that's the same with situations and also your developments. So you just have 100%. To have your individual journey with it, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's and same with, I once had a reading with someone that was recommended, and I just didn't feel right handing the money over, and it was a terrible reading. It was very judgmental and felt awful afterwards. So again, you have to choose the reader that you're aligned to at psychic fairs and things like that, and
have the strength. If you don't resonate with something early on in the reading, have the strength to say, "I'm so sorry, I just don't know if this is a match."
Absolutely.
It should be the reader doing that, quite frankly, but someone at that level. So
yeah, absolutely. And same with teachers of psychic development as well. It's regardless of what they're charging or what their experience is, it's got to be someone that resonates with you, and that might be because you've got to learn something quickly, or you're going to have that journey, and they're going to help you on that journey. So
yeah, exactly. And you said it before, you've had many teachers as well, you know, and of course there's many places that you're going to be collecting your information from as well. You know, like everyone will be collecting from different channels, from different teachers, from different experiences in life. So,
and it is interesting whenever like sort of, not so much now, but earlier on, at sort of psychic fairs, I'd kind of have days where I'd think, oh, it seems quiet, everyone's quiet, should I be doing this? And I would literally have readings. I have about 6 in a row that completely aligned with my life experience. So again, that spirit's validating for you that yes, you should be doing this. There's a reason why you're here. You're going to resonate with people. You're going to help people.
Absolutely. Yeah, signs, more signs. Okay, I do need to go. Thank you so much for having me here, Rhonda. Absolutely. Much love to you. Much love to everyone who's tuned in, obviously, and much love from Spirit. That's definitely been felt today. So, yeah, look after yourselves. Thank you, stay if you around Gold Coast area, stay or all the flood areas, stay as dry as you can.
stay
Really,
dry.
I'm sending extra prayers that way. Yeah.
Anyway. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so that was the amazing Jacqui Krystal. So I hope you really enjoyed that. That was a real treat to have her here. And like I said, we're going to be doing a platform together on the 19th of March in the Gold Coast at the Southport Community Centre. So we're both really looking forward to that. And you can purchase the tickets with this link here. All right, so I'll just carry on and do some readings myself. So thank you so much for the validations from the people who did get readings from Jacqui. I'm going to start from the start, and obviously, same as usual. If you have, if you would like a reading, please share my Facebook video, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to start with the first one. So Nav, so you've been waiting very patiently. I believe you've been waiting since before 7. So Nav has asked, how will my life be upon moving to Dubai as a veterinary technician? Will I like my co-workers and will they like me? Thank you. I feel like you're going to enjoy the work more so than the people. And I'm not feeling anything bad with the people, but I just feel like you'll be, I'm just getting Nav that you're going to be, completely focused on your work. And that's what it feels like. You're just going to be completely focused on the work. And I feel like the people are just kind of the people. I'm not seeing a huge social scene with the workmates, but I'm just feeling like they're just kind of there is what I'm getting. All right, so thank you for that, Nav. So hi everyone. So Jacqui was lovely. Oh, thank you. I don't know, I can't see who you are because of StreamYard and Facebook permissions, but thank you for saying I look good. I'm happy to take a compliment anytime. So I'm just literally scrolling through the comments. Oh, thank you so much. So that's Vanessa, I think, from Hastings. So Vanessa's asking for a reading for the next 3 months. Okay, I'm feeling like you will be making decisions around your mum and your move. But I'm kind of feeling like from now, the sort of 3 months, I'm seeing like it's almost like it's things in slow motion and not really deciding things, but I'm getting like the 6 weeks to 3 months. I'm saying the second half of that is when you just bang make a decision and then just do things and set things in motion. So that's what I'm feeling. I just feel like the first 6 weeks will be sort of slow, and then things will be clearer after that, and then you'll make more decisions and take action in the last 3 months is what I'm feeling. Hi JS. Okay, so Navita. Hi. Would be grateful if drawn. I would like to know when I will get engaged. Thanks, love and light. Okay, I'm just told September with that. I'm literally getting September, and I am seeing a ring, and it's a really nice ring as well. So that's good. I'm not actually wearing my ring, so I just forgot about it. So that's beautiful. Okay. So I can't see who this is, but I love all the little emojis, and I love the little ghost one. I'll have to go find that somewhere. Okay, I am feeling the need for you to have a bit of patience. And as I'm tuning into that, I'm feeling a bit restless, and I feel like I've got like sore shoulders, sore back, like I just want to sort of get up and stretch. I don't know whether you're thinking of doing yoga or something like that again, or Pilates, but I feel like you need to sort of stretch, and I'm just feeling sort of slow down your routine. Like it's almost like you work so hard, or you're so, and I don't know whether you have a stand-up desk or you can't decide whether to stand up or sit down. I'm feeling really restless and I'm feeling really hot. I just feel like have a bit of a balance and have more movement and stretching in that is what I'm getting. All right, so it is Tinker. All right, thank you. All righty. Okay, so we've read Alison and Teresa and Robert. So Natalie. Yeah, and thank you, Robert and Tinker, for the validation. I really appreciate that. Okay, it looks like someone's actually just paid for a reading, so I'll just check that. I'm just going to read Natalie first. So Natalie's asked anything on relationships, please. Okay, I'm feeling like you know exactly what's going on around relationships. It's almost like, yeah, it really feels like you're like the sort of no movement, and then there's a lot of movement, and I'm feeling like it's just, it almost feels like it's a pattern in your relationship. It feels like you're currently in a relationship, and if that's not, yeah, I'm not getting a name, or I'm not getting I'm not tuning into partner's energy, so it might be sort of the relationship with yourself or how you approach relationships. But I'm just feeling like things are as they seem, and it's also the amount of energy that you're putting into it. But I feel like you've got to make sure it's really positive energy, like really manifest that, okay, so this conversation is going to go well, or this person's going to turn up on time for this, this date, or whatever that is. I feel like sometimes you can be negative and put out the intention of, oh God, they're going to be late again, or they're going to want to talk about this. Like, just flip that around and change it into a positive. But I'm just feeling like, Natalie, everything's as it seems. I'm actually just feeling really hot tuning into your energy, and I'm feeling really aggravated. Don't know what that is. Like, it's actually, I feel like it's difficult to sort of plan or make decisions while you're feeling like this, is what I'm getting. All right, so I'm just going to scroll down and look for, I've just had a PayPal from Nicole Plant. So just looking for that. Okay, so, oh, here you are, I think. Yeah, thank you, Nicole. So I'll just do Nicole's question next. What will be the outcome between Julian and myself, please and thank you? I'm feeling, Nicole, it won't be what you expect. I'm feeling like there'll be a bit of a compromise, but I'm feeling like I'm feeling the need to tell you, Nicole, to stand your ground. And I feel like it's all, there's also a bit of like setting boundaries as well. And I just as I'm tuning into the setting boundaries, I suddenly feel really sick. If something is bothering you a little bit, have a think about, like, try to project yourself forward now, Nicole, as in, is it going to bother you in 6 months' time? And my feeling is it will. So I feel like, stop what is bothering you, sort of thing. So I'm just feeling setting boundaries, and I am getting a feeling like there's big decisions around, like I'm seeing an image of a house. Like, I feel like there's big decisions that you're going to make with Julian. And I just feel like you've sort of almost got to set the boundaries or set the expectations before you make those decisions together, is what I'm getting. So I do feel like the outcome will be, the conversation before the outcome will be not what you expect, but I feel like stick to your guns, and I'm just feeling like there'll be a bit of a compromise, is what I'm getting. I'm also feeling need to tell you not to worry about money. I feel like the money, like, don't make money your focus. Make the outcome your focus. Like, concentrate on the feeling of after you've achieved the outcome you want, is what I'm getting, Nicole. So thank you for that. Alrighty. It's interesting. I'm picking up on quite a lot of energy here. I feel like there's a bit of sadness in the room, and to the point where, that, like, feeling sick about making no decisions, is what I'm getting. So just bear with me. I'm just going to tune in that I... Okay. All right. No, that's okay. Just having a look. Okay. So just scrolling back up again. So fortunately, we don't have trolls in tonight, so that's really nice. And thank you so much for tuning into the Wednesday, because that's a different time that I'm now doing my Facebook Lives. If you look at, so obviously on my YouTube channel, Rhonda's Readings, I stream to that. I also stream to my Facebook page, Rhonda's Readings by Rhonda Kelly, and my Facebook group, Rhonda's Readings. I've noticed when I post the live to my page, it doesn't have the link for giving StreamYard permission to show your Facebook name. But I noticed when I post to Rhonda's Readings, the group, it does actually show the link. So you're welcome to sort of go and have a look at that. But what I'll endeavour to do next week is copy that link or copy that last bit onto the page so you can actually see that. And then if you look at the description before they do the live, you'll actually be able to do that so I can see your name. Oh, perhaps that was the J name that we got with Jacqui. Had a friend, Jeremy, pass in January. He got called Jez. Yeah, I just got told to show that comment. Okay, so... Oh, thank you, Sanilla, for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Okay. Really love a reading. Yeah, I am drawn to you. I feel like you've got decisions coming up. I'm drawn to May and July this year. And I feel like you need to make sure they're your own decisions. Don't let anyone make decisions for you. You're very intelligent. You're not someone that is easily misled, or you understand what you're deciding about. But I'm feeling more it's sort of almost like a need to please or a feeling of obligation that you don't want to disappoint someone. And I feel like that's someone in the living and someone from spirit, but and it's actually a lady in spirit, but she is saying only you can make decisions for you. And she had an impressive handbag collection is what she's showing me, and I feel like she's really proud of the things like that she had. Like she dressed impeccably, and she was really proud of the way she carried herself is what she's showing me. So she's just saying just be quite sort of sensible and firm with making decisions for yourself, making sure you do that. And don't worry about displeasing anyone, because if you engage in a conversation, and so it's a lady in spirit telling you this, but I also see a lady in the living connected around you, and she's kind of like an older sister energy. It's a bit blurred, the relationship, whether it's almost like a mum or a sister energy to you, Sanilla. So I feel like she is someone who would, she's a little bit controlling, but it's kind of in a passive controlling way. So yeah, I just feel like you need to really sort of not put her in a place, but just don't engage in her conversations. Just make the decision and say, well, I've decided that I don't need your input, thanks. Like, and cut it off that way is what I'm feeling. Yeah, so just make sure you're making your decisions, and it's May and July. I feel like it's either two separate decisions or it's a decision in two parts in May and July. So thank you, Sanilla. Okay, so I'll just do another one. Kim said, love a reading, Rhonda, about work as I'm ready to give up. Do you see me changing roles at work? Cheers. I don't feel you should give up yet. It's okay. It's you've got a fair assumption of you've got a fair understanding of how things are at work, and that's not going to change. I just feel be a bit clever, or almost have a bit of fun, or sort of ask what else you can get, or be a bit sort of cheeky or creative before you go. Because I'm almost getting a sense of you getting some promotion or some extra thing, but then changing jobs and saying, well, I'm at this level, like match that kind of thing. So I'm just feeling not ready yet. I'm not getting a time frame of that, but that's what I'm feeling, just not ready yet. So thank you for that, Kim. Alrighty, so hi, Vanessa. Yes, I can see your name now. I think that was you I read for. You're from Hastings, aren't you? So, yeah, I believe you are. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that your mum's got COVID. She had COVID, yeah. Alrighty, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll do just one more. So I'll read for Hayley. So Hayley is, Hayley's watching from YouTube on Facebook. So I assume you've shared on my Facebook and subscribed to my YouTube channel, Hayley. So Haley has asked, will I be okay in my chemistry courses? Do you see me being able to pass? Yes, I do see you being able to pass. Okay. I feel like you are either a bit bored by it because you don't completely understand it. I did all of second year chemistry at Melbourne Uni. I did organic, inorganic, and analytical physical chemistry, and I hated inorganic chemistry. I liked the others. I loved organic chemistry, but inorganic chemistry, you spend 3 or 4 hours in a prac looking at the value of the ligand, I can't even remember now, but and I just thought, this is ridiculous, and I'm getting a sense of frustration like I felt in those pracs with your chemistry. Like, I feel like you're not really into it, and I don't feel like you'd practice as a chemist. But I do see you being able to pass. I'm just feeling like I feel like be a bit creative about the content you study. So rather than trying to cover everything, like it might be that you study more the theory in your pre-lab manuals or something like that. Like talk to someone who's done that chemistry. And I'm drawn to one chemistry that you really don't like, and I don't feel it's inorganic chem, but I'm feeling the same feeling of when I studied it. I'm just feeling like you need to speak to someone who's already passed it and say, how did you study? What did you find the most useful? Like, get a bit of inside knowledge for that, and then just sort of do it that way, I feel. But yeah, I do actually see you being able to pass. Yeah. Okay. All right. So thank you for that, Haley. I'm just going to look at a validation, I think, Alison. Okay, thank you, ladies. Jacqui, working from home could be office work. That may be where you're seeing a group of 4 or for working towards the higher purpose. That's great to hear. I know this is a stepping stone where I am, even though I have the whole house. I just have a yearning to be around my tribe, and I still feel it in the mountains. I've just got goosebumps by you saying that, Alison. I'll have to look up the suburbs starting with P in the area. Would like to do something with dance, animals, and spiritual. Truly trying. Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, that's interesting, Kim. I'm still getting like a promotion, like a step up. So I just feel creative before you leave. Be creative in what you can get out of it before you leave, is what I'm being told. So thanks for that, Kim. Oh, thank you, Haley. You are correct. I'm not into it at all. Thank you so much. And yes, I shared the video and thank you. Yeah, and that's basically I've studied different uni courses, and I've like undergrad and postgrad, and I've they say when you find it boring, it's because you're not into it. So that's just sort of how it is. And that's, I guess, any workplace, if you're not excelling at it, you're bored. There's nothing that resonates with you. You're not stimulated by it. So that's basically it. So just to remind you, the link I've got here is the booking link for my show with Jacqui. So Jacqui was the special guest you saw this evening, who read for about half a dozen of you. So you're very lucky to have a reading with Jacqui. She's a very experienced psychic medium. So we're going to be on the Gold Coast at the Southport Community Centre on Saturday, 19th of March from 7 to 9 p.m. And we're doing platform, and tickets are available at this link. So the tickets are $50, or if you come to the door and want to try your luck to see if there's any more tickets are $75. So it's better to book. It's cheaper to book on the link. So that's basically what we're doing. So thank you so much to everyone who's been watching. Looks like we've done well with no trolls tonight. I hope I haven't spoken too soon. But that's basically it for tonight. So I'll be coming to you again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. So Wednesday is going to be my my sort of night until it doesn't suit. But so that's what I'm doing. And thank you for your patience. I've been sort of catching up on private readings as well. So obviously you can, if you look at their website below, rhondasreadings.com, I am available for private readings. And I have just about caught up. So I'm just sort of been inundated. I had a Valentine's Day special and that. So sort of catching up with that. But that's for me. So I'm just going to show you a promo for the show, and then I'll do my usual ending. So until next week, thank you, and thank you for everyone who's liked and shared and followed and subscribed to my YouTube channel. I appreciate that. Please share my event on Facebook. I'm just going to show you a flyer for that. That would be wonderful. So share the Evening with Spirit. And I'll post that again on my social media as well. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Bye.